Okay, now we're going. My mic, I had to turn my mic up. Sorry about the first couple of seconds of silence there. I forgot my mic was the volume on my mic wasn't up. All right, so we're trying to get Ark onto the program here, and I don't know where he's at.
Let me work on that actually right now.
All right, and tonight we're going to be taking a look at the many, many rock music festivals that are out there. Well, actually, there were a lot out there. There was the three Woodstocks from the 69, 94, and 99, the two S festivals in 82 and 83, all the Ark, no, all the, hey Ark, what's up, dude?
Arknolia. Yeah. Had a little trouble getting here for some reason.
Oh, wow, man. Huh. All right.
Why the facts channel still can't get into your chat. Why
Well, the sub only mode, I gotta switch it. So.
The Fax
Oh,
channel.
okay.
Who is the Fax channel there?
He's this old guy from he's a fan of Sean's View Entertainment. And
He knows about everyone.
Wow. Mm. I
Yeah,
don't know because I know he was in my chat a couple of times. So I was mentioning this crazy mention or that crazy statement there or that comment there.
Hey, I let up my sub only mode, so tell him to go in the chat right now, and
okay.
I'll mod him right now.
All right, there.
All right.
All right. As I was saying, we're going to be taking a look at all the rock music festivals, good and bad, ugly, pretty, or whichever there, including Lilith Fair, Ozfest, Crew Fest,
Yeah.
Knot Fest with Slipknot, you name it there. So, but so many, and we, of course we cannot forget the big one of the 1990s, Lollapalooza.
Ooh.
That was a big one there. I mean, every act you could think about there was on there on the specific summer tours, including Metallica back in '96 when he first cut their hair and released that Load album.
Love that album.
It's a good album
Really.
there.
But
Hmm.
but we're going to discuss some of the older ones too, right?
As well,
Yeah,
Iowa
Woodstock, obviously.
would
The
I
festivals.
the Isle of Wight over in England there. I guess it was supposed to be their Woodstock. I guess over there in the UK there. I mean, it was like a little.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Actually, well, they started in we want to talk about them. I think they're mostly jazz festivals.
Yeah, that's true.
But the first one of any note was the Big Sur. They held one every year. It was more of a folk thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Joan Baez was there almost every year. The big one was 69.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right
The,
about
the
the
Montreux
Woodstock
Jazz
there.
Festivals. I used to hear about that as a kid there a lot of times.
Yeah, this is Big Sur though.
All right. Yeah.
This big one that was the sixth one,
Mm.
and it was in September of 1969.
All right.
They had Joan Baez, Joni Mitchell, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young,
Yeah.
John Sebastian, a couple of people I don't know,
Many of them.
Mike Farina.
Mike Farina. Sounds kind of familiar there. I'm not too sure there, but have to
The
look.
Flying Burrito Brothers. Wow.
Oh yeah. I remember hearing that name there one time there.
This was the sixth Big Sur Festival in 1969. It was actually filmed and came out as a film.
Wow. Wow. Interesting.
Let's see, who they have at the... Yeah, the seventh Big Sur was held at Monterey County Fairgrounds.
Wow. That's true there.
This one had the Beach Boys,
Oh.
Joan Baez,
That's another one to put on the list.
Chris
Monterey Pop Fest.
Christopherson.
The Monterey Pop Festival.
Oh my
where I
gosh.
put that on the
Thank
list
you.
to
Yeah.
discuss later.
Yeah. It's
But go
definitely-
ahead, Ark. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you said Monterey, so never mind. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
well, we'll get some more Monterey, you're right.
Absolutely.
And Linda Runst was there with her group at the time,
The
the
Stone
Swamp
Pony.
Watcher.
Swamp waters?
No, swamp water.
Swamp water. Oh, yeah, I see. I thought it
Oh
was
my
the Stone.
god.
I thought it was the Stone Ponies at first because I know she was involved with that group earlier before she
Keith,
became a
what?
solo
Oh, yeah.
artist.
He said he's blocked in your chat.
What? Who?
What?
Who? The Facts
The
channel?
I
facts
unblocked.
channel.
Oh
I
wow.
unblocked him.
All right.
All right, let me work on it. Again.
All right.
Let me look.
All right. So go ahead, Ark.
But that was mainly the Big Sur Festival, which was one of the early ones. It started in 64, and it was like a lot of the others in 68, 69, got to be big.
Wow.
It was mostly Now I got to go back to my source. See who's next.
Oh wow.
My computer's been acting funny all day, so
That's understandable. Hope you don't have the same bullshit issues I had last week there. Because believe me, that's no fucking fun, folks. Not by a long
no.
shot. Nope.
Okay, after
Are you talking about Lollapalooza now?
No, we're way back. We're early right now.
not
Keith.
yet.
Well,
I'll tell you
we're
when, I'll tell
going
you
we're
when.
going back to the '60s. Way
Oh,
back to
okay.
the '60s. There.
Okay, let's do the Monterey Pop Festival because that
All
one
right.
was mentioned a while ago.
Yes, definitely.
Let me get to it and see what was in it.
Well, we know the Who and the Jimi Hendrix Experience were one of the two of the main draws at that festival. You know, both left emerged from that
Here-
festival as big stars afterwards. There.
Okay, here is a list of who was at that one. The Association,
Mm-hmm.
Jefferson Airplane,
Hmm.
The Who, Grateful Dead, Jimi Hendrix,
Mhm.
Big Brother and the Holding Company,
With
Janis
Janet.
Joplin,
Yep, her old band.
Eric Burden and the Animals, one Otis Redding,
Yep.
Ravi Shankar, Laura Nero, the Mamas and the Papas.
Ooh.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Eric Burden did a song about this festival.
San Francisco Nights.
No, Monterey.
Oh, okay. That's I don't know the two songs I ever knew from Eric Burden when it was Eric Burden and the Animals was Sky Pilot and San Francisco Nights there. And this
Was
is
it
what
You
Hendrix
missed a
the
lot of
big-
good stuff.
yeah, I
Was it
know.
Hendrix the big name there at the Monterey Pop Festival?
He was definitely.
And The Who.
Yes, those two bands, really emerged big from it, And the story was that Hendrix didn't want to go on after The Who, and The Who didn't want to go on after Hendrix, thus such and such there. And I guess, it didn't matter. Both emerged massive superstars afterwards there.
Yeah. Then you mentioned the Isle of Wight.
Yes, right, yeah.
Crap.
You okay?
Hang on, my computer's screwed up again.
Oh, man.
I was fixing to read the people at that one, and
I know Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I think Joni Mitchell was one of the performers there. Jimi Hendrix was there just as well there. And this was a break from the
Moody
usual
Blues.
Moody Blues. And plus, Jimi Hendrix, when he played there, apparently what it was is that he had the wild man with the guitar gimmick kind of like was put aside. Here was Jimmy just standing there playing his guitar, And by this time, he switched from his Fender Stratocaster to a Gibson Flying V at this point.
Oh, I wonder why he did that.
I don't know. Probably he discovered it and decided, hey, I like this guitar a lot better there. But
Yeah.
but I guess they decided to put away the wild man gimmick, because it was getting a little bit too much. People were expecting only that from him at times. He just wanted to concentrate and just play. Play his guitar, play some songs, and
Yeah,
let it be
because
that.
actually, despite all the gimmicks and all of that, he was a good guitar player.
Damn right, he
So
was. Yes.
he could
Well,
have
I
just stood there
mean,
and played the guitar, and he was fine.
that is debatable. This is a quote from Eddie Van Halen himself. He said, "Yeah, Jimi Hendrix is great, but he used a lot of effects and pedals and all that stuff."
That's true
Eddie,
there.
And
he
gee, so
had a
does
kind
he.
of like in the when your early Eddie Van Halen, Dr. Brown, he fixed up his guitar to make it. You know what I'm saying? He
Yes,
tinkered
he did.
around with
Yeah.
shit 'cause he was
Yes, he
broke.
did. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, Jimi Hendrix is definitely in the top 5 of the greatest guitarists. Yes, I would.
Absolutely there. Yes. Next
Or
to
that
Eddie,
did what year did he pass? This was?
1970.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I believe it was September of that year. Apparently, it was a drug overdose. He apparently went to sleep and never. I guess I don't know what it was that he took, but however, either way, it was. They lumped him with the 27 Club next to Morrison and Joplin and a bunch of others who died at that particular age, including Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse,
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison. Yes, he was 27 as well there.
Did y'all ever get to go? Did y'all? Real quick, we go back in the stuff. Real quick sidebar. Have y'all ever went to any Woodstocks or any festivals or anything?
No, the only festivals
Not even
I was
Ozfest?
old enough for Woodstock, but I didn't go. That was basically Texas,
Now-
right? And it
Now,
wasn't
the
as
first
big.
Woodstock was open by this Indian, not Indian, but what is the culture over there, Brown?
with the hippie generation,
Hindu,
Hinduism.
some high, people that not monks, but
Hinduism,
people that
Buddhism, I
have
think
a-
it was.
yeah, this goes back in some other stuff, but he opened the just by sitting there and just praying, basically. This
What is
It's,
it? What's this artist? Ravi Shankar, I think it was.
yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Many of well, he's an Indian artist, and of course George Harrison was one of his favorites, and of course Harrison was, converted into Buddhism, up to his dying day, He remained in that until his death in 2001 there. And that emerged because, the Beatles visited this Maharishi Yogi there back in 68. And apparently, the 3 other Beatles were disgruntled with what was going on there, except for George. He decided to stay and learn all the teachings there. He did. Yeah. All right. Everything okay, Ark? Your computer messing up again?
It's come up 3 times and gone back down 3 times.
What the heck, dude?
Really weird.
I don't know. Something in the air or
'Cause
what,
God. There it goes again.
Son of a name go. Now, I saw, I was watching the Isle of Wight documentary. I think it may have been on VH1 Classic, and I guess, the issue with that there were...
Yeah, I think it was the 69 year that they filmed.
Yes, it was. So it was 69 or 70 there, one of those 2 years. And I think what it was is that there was an issue with the tickets, people wanting to go in there for free and such there, but you had to have a
Yeah,
ticket.
because it happened at Woodstock.
Yes, exactly. Woodstock, they decided to make it a free show because so many people, massive crowds of people wanted to see the show, but even though they didn't
Was
have
the
money.
first one really free? The first
No,
one was really
no,
free?
it was.
for
It
real?
wasn't supposed to be free. It was supposed to be, like the same as any festival, any concert. You got to pay a certain amount of money, to see all these bands. I'm not too sure how much it was at that time, knowing how ticket prices at that time were massively low compared to what they are now.
Right.
But I guess there were so many
True.
out there that were so insistent on seeing all the acts out there that were big at that time. Jefferson Airplane, Sha Na Na, Richie Havens, or Santana, The Who, Of
I'm
course,
wanting this. I'm wanting this to come up so bad because I want to read all the people that were there because there are some that a lot of people don't even realize were there.
yeah, the band Sweetwater. There was a band called Sweetwater that was a focus of a VH1 made movie there. They played. It was one of the
Yeah,
first
because they
acts.
were supposedly going to be the next big thing, and they just disappeared.
No, what it was is that their singer, I don't know, forgot her name. She was struck by a drunk driver, and her vocal cords somehow got damaged to where she's instead of singing like a bird, she would sing la 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 la. Her voice would now have a raspy tone to it, la 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 la. It's kind of like kind of something like Kim Carnes. How remember how she used to sing at time. And I guess what it was is that the band it wasn't really the same, and the band just frequently broke. I guess they just broke up afterwards. But their story,
Yeah,
their story became the focus of a VH1 movie there. And I forgot who starred in it, but it was a really interesting story there when you look at it there.
yeah. Blood, Sweat, and Tears was there too.
That's true,
Keith,
yeah.
you can do the green light for us, please.
And let's also keep in mind there were three Woodstock albums. The first one came out I guess in 1970 when the movie came out there. And
Right.
believe it or not, there was lots of people were upset who were at the Woodstock Festival. And there was realized, wait a minute, I was there at that festival. I have to pay admission to see the movie to see myself there. I made the movie, blah blah blah. That was the thing. In fact, that was featured in a concert movie called Jimi Hendrix Live at Berkeley, which was filmed in Berkeley, California.
I remember that.
Yeah. And plus, there was also Woodstock 2 featuring songs and acts from Hendrix and many others. Melanie was what her name there. She was one of the performers there. Many others.
Yeah.
Yes. And I believe last year, I think it may have been last year or this year, there was a Woodstock 3 album compilation that came out there. Now, if I was that person, that the record label who released that, I would say, you know what? Let's come out with a whole box set of every performance by every band who have ever played that first Woodstock Festival. It would be,
If we taped it.
yeah, absolutely, because there was some that may have not been taped, unfortunately, there.
Well, that's kind of a big story that Blood, Sweat, and Tears was there. They didn't get taped, and they were supposedly one of the highlights, but they didn't get taped because their manager didn't want them taped.
Wow, I wonder why there. There's one of those little things that there was this reason or that reason there.
I guess it's one of those things. It's my band. You can't have it. I don't know.
Man, that's sometimes managers are like that. Yeah,
If I can ever get Firefox back up,
yeah, that's
I'll
true.
check some of this out.
Now, we also got to look at Woodstock '94. Then we all know that Nine Inch Nails, would emerge as one of the big heroes out of that set there.
Yeah, Keith has some lineup lists. What do you have, Keith?
That one particular one.
Well, I was going to come up with a lineup list, but I can't get my
That's what I
browser
say.
to
We
come
have
up.
backup.
We
We have
understand,
backup.
man.
We got you covered, Art. You know what I'm saying?
Good. Yes, nice.
You feel what I'm spraying at you right now. Nine
Yeah,
Inch
I like
Nails.
that
That's
one.
not
I was going to get
Nine Inch Nails. That's not Art's cup of tea, huh? You don't like the '90s.
I'm not much in. They're all right, but they're not. I guess what you'd call in my comfort zone.
Didn't they do the a song for the Batman? One of the Batmans in the '90s.
No, they did the one for The Crow. It was a remake of Dead Souls by Joy Division.
Hmm.
And anybody and by the way, Keith, if you have not seen the Nine Inch Nails performance at that festival, definitely check them out. Trent Reznor is all over the place, busting shit up there.
What, is he drunk or?
No, he was. I don't know if he was high or whatever it was, but he did a massive amount of abuse to his one of his keyboards there towards the end there during Happiness
Look that
and
up,
Slavery.
Keith. Trent Reznor's either alcohol or drug issues. See what he did there.
Yeah. Of course, he's sober. He's been sober for how many years? And man, he looks a lot different than what he does. He looks like he's all beefed up. With his arms had grown out big there. But he's not. But he's not fat. He's not bloated or that. He's kind of looks like almost like a bodybuilder when you think about it. There.
Mm.
Yeah.
Six in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, man? Chad. A lot of people interested in the more. Yeah, I did come out with this topic. I did suggest this topic.
Yes,
More,
and yeah, definitely to credit to YR for that there.
you know, and maybe, man, we can't really fit this into one episode. We might have to stretch. This
Oh
into
no,
another
it's gonna have to go
Oh,
on.
Yeah, this is fun though because a lot of people know different. We got Keith. He's going to specialize in the '99 Woodstock. You had
Yeah,
Kid Rock there. You had others, but we're not there yet, Keith.
yeah, I know. I didn't know I was muted, but I'm unmuted now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the play.
I found Trent Reznor alcohol drug issues.
Yeah. I bet
All right,
heroin.
see, what did he do? What did he do?
It says Reznor began drinking, then using hard drugs, accumulating in an accidental heroin overdose in 2000
Jeez.
that nearly killed him. I
Wow.
wasn't the guy who aged 12 had a beer and turned into a werewolf, he says. It kind of crept up. I wasn't prepared for the transformative effect of fame and recognition.
Wow. Yeah, remember around that time, heroin was one of the big things around there.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people in the grunge alternative era was doing a lot of heroin. That guy Brad Knoll from the band Sublime, he was doing that. That's which eventually killed him. Right before the band's first official full-length major label debut album came out. Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon, he died of heroin.
Oh yeah.
Dwayne Gottel of Skinny Puppy, he OD'd. He died from heroin in '95, a month and actually 2 months after after the band disbanded due to issues within themselves and the record label there. And heroin also may have played a part in Kurt Cobain's suicide.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
What about Janis Joplin?
that's the heroin as well there.
Tony from Revere.
Oh,
How did
you
you
may-
add-
I know, man. Also, let's not forget Sid Vicious of the Sex Pistols.
I know heroin slows your heart rate down to
Yeah.
like really slow.
Are you in the
And so
bathroom,
you
Keith?
could- Yes.
Just
And-
make sure you
and
mute
so-
yourself when you flush the toilet, okay, dude?
All right.
Whoever's looking stuff up, go ahead if you can find a list of artists for the Isle of Wight 1969.
Yeah,
The donation
All right.
6.
all
thank
right,
you.
sweet.
Yeah, Keith, get on that, please.
Extreme Chef
Okay.
is in my chat. He's saying, Dr. Earl, why do you support sexual predators? Well, Mr. Shaft, YR brought Keith in here.
Well, Joe Cronin originally brought Keith in this Community Brown.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
there.
for real.
Yeah, I
And
remember
I was
hearing
on
about
18 episodes of Monetize This
that.
after Cronin knew.
And before who is going to start doing their bitching there, he who shall not be named. Let's not forget he was on that web page. What's it called? Oracle Omega or what's it called there? I have trouble remembering that name.
Omega.
Omega. Sounds like something you fry in the oven or something like there.
What's sickening, Dr. Brown?
I
I
mean,
know, it
that
is.
dumbass webpage doesn't define me. Okay,
What the-
Extreme Chef, so shut the fuck up.
There you go.
Okay,
There you go.
Ignore it.
That's what I'm doing.
Arknolia, what do you want me to look up?
Look up the list of artists who played at the Isle of Wight 1969.
Okay, let me do
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
All right there.
Because that one
Alright.
was their big one. They had others, but
Oh, how do you spell that
Yeah,
festival?
unbelievable.
Isle
Isle
is
is I.
ISLE of, and no vowels, and the right is the word right with a W at the beginning.
Wight. Wight.
Yeah.
The Isle of Wight.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Let's see. 1970
I
artist
think it's,
lineup.
Okay, I'm looking
I
it
think it
up
was
right now. It's just
69, but
Jimi Hendrix,
Isle of Wight.
Cactus, Chicago, The Doors, Lighthouse, The Moody Blues, The Who, Miles Davis, Joan Baez, Joni Mitchell, Jethro Tull, Sly and the Family Stone 10 years after Emerson, Lake
Joan
and Palmer,
Baez, Keith. Joan Baez, Keith.
Joan Baez,
Look at these
and
orange
Free.
aliens in my room.
boy, I mean that was pretty much the big artist of the day.
Yeah. Guinness Book World Records estimate that 600,000 to 700,000 people attended that festival. It was organized by local brothers Ron and Ray Falk, what was it? FOULK. There you go. Through their company Fairy Creations Limited, and their brother Bill Falk. Ron Smith was site manager, and Ricky Farr was compere, spelled Compere.
Compare.
And there was a lot of
Yeah, I'm not
difficulties.
sure what that is.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. The first time I've heard of this dang word. Now, the opposition of the proposed 1970 festival from the residents of the Isle of Wight was much better coordinated than it had been in previous years. The Isle
Actually, I
of
think there was 2 or 3 before that.
I believe so, yes, according to this. The Isle of Wight was a favored retirement destination of the British well-heeled and a haven for the yachting set, and many of the traditional residents deplored the huge influx of hippies and freaks. This led to the introduction of sections in the Isle of Wight City Council Act 1971, designed to control any further large overnight gatherings. Renting the few acres of suitable farmland to hold a music festival had in earlier years had been a simple commercial matter between the promoters and one of the local farmers. But by 1970, this had become subject to approval decisions from several local council committees who were heavily lobbied by residents associates opposing the festival. As a result of this public scrutiny, the ideal perfect location for the third festival was blocked, and the promoters in the end had no choice but to attempt the only venue on offered by the authorities, which was East Afton Farm, Afton Down. One intentional resident of this choice of location was that since it was overlooked by a large hill, a significant number of people were able to watch the proceedings for free. Now, of course, let me look up here. Let's see, it was a 3-day festival. And let me go down here.
When did we haven't mentioned this group, Grateful Dead? When did they start doing these? Like, what Woodstock did they go in, if there were any?
I think it was. I don't know if it was a part of any Woodstock there. I just know that we were at just now that
with
they
Bad
were in
Money, they were to have. Keith, look that up real quick. Grateful Dead Woodstock, please. Thank you.
All right.
They weren't at Woodstock, but
they were at
Really?
they were at the
I think they
Monterey, that's for sure there. But they were also supposed to play the Alma Festival in 1970 as well there. But they left and didn't play because of all the bullshit that was going on during that festival there.
I think they were a no-show at Woodstock.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I think they were invited, and they were going to be there, but there were some logistical problems or something like that.
Yeah.
But Keith probably has found it already.
All right.
Yeah. As the premier live band and the quintessential jam band in the 1960s and beyond, the Grateful Dead sometimes had off nights. Their performance late Saturday night into Sunday morning at Woodstock was not considered one of their best, largely due to weather, sound equipment problems that caused long delays, and an almost completely dark stage.
Oh, they were
Famous
there.
stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, I want to know
I have the Woodstock. I have the Grateful Dead Woodstock set list.
No, we
Okay.
don't need all that. I
Well,
mean,
so I was
Cool.
wondering, did any bands ever play so late in the night during the first Woodstock? Because I remember hearing that the Who were reluctant, said they were too tired to play that festival. But even though a massive check was presented to them, they were still balking. But by 3 a.m., the Who finally took the stage. And this is when Pete Townsend smacked yippie activist Abby Hoffman with his guitar.
Yeah, because I think he was trying to,
Give a speech, yeah. He was trying to give a little speech, but
in the
between-
middle of their set.
yeah, which is not that cool. That's the last thing you want to do is interrupt the band with just to talk over something there. And you got to remember this is a hardcore British band with a punk attitude.
in the 70s.
Yeah, no, well, actually, even in the '60s. Remember, my generation was a snub to all the old folks out there. It was like a big middle finger to the older generation.
Right.
All right, so
doesn't
Keith,
doesn't all
what's up?
Keith,
doesn't all
look up,
okay. Yeah.
look up the lineup for the Woodstock '69.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones
Alright.
there. And we also should mention the issues with Woodstock '94. Metallica, Aerosmith, Nine Inch Nails. Every other. Let me look up the acts right now on Woodstock
I
'94.
got, I got the,
What
But-
year did that Load album come out?
1996.
Okay,
I
so
got
they
the
didn't play
lineup.
any of that then. They probably
No.
played a bunch of Black Album stuff.
Yes, a
Metallica
lot
on
of
that
the
tour.
earliest stuff up to the Black Album there. Remember, they still had their long hair at that time. They would not cut it until 2 years later.
I got the lineup for Woodstock '69.
Okay, good.
Hit it.
Janis Joplin, Jefferson Airplane, The
Ooh.
Who, Santana, Creedence Clearwater Revival,
Nice.
Joe Cooker, Grateful
Joe
Dead,
Cocker.
Canned Heat,
Joe Cocker.
Jimi Hendrix, Richie Havens, Sly and the Family Stone, Joan Baez,
Joan Baez.
Joan
Joe
Baez,
yes.
John Sebastian, the band, Country Joe and the Fish, Melanie,
Melanie.
the
Melanie,
Melanie.
that's her name, yes.
incredible string band, Country Joe McDonald, Ariel Guthrie,
Arlo
Quill.
Guthrie. Yeah.
Hmm
10 years after, Sweetwater, Mountain, Shanae.
Yeah. I forgot Mountain was there. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's right. They were featured in the second Woodstock soundtrack album there, Woodstock 2.
Yeah. There's a lot of bands you wouldn't have known was there by the first Woodstock album.
Yeah.
They didn't list the Paul Butterfield Blues Band.
I think maybe they may have. I'm not too sure.
Because I didn't hear them, and I didn't hear what was the other one? Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Wow.
Ooh.
And Blood, Sweat, and Tears was big then. At that time, they were actually bigger than Chicago
Wow.
for that style of band. And then all of a sudden, it just went away.
Hmm.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Keith,
Yeah.
I know you're ready for the later stuff. And that might be on the next episode, like the Woodstock '99 stuff, because we still haven't gone into the US Festival.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Okay.
we got to mention that. I believe that was put together
Steve
by
Wozniak.
Steve Wozniak, the
Wozniak.
guy behind
Right.
Apple computers at that time there. I guess he had a hand in signing all the big acts out there, the Cars for the 92, the 82 lineup, my bad. But it was the 83 lineup that was spotlighted on Showtime cable network. It was like it was a 3-day event. You know, it was new wave on the first night, or actually the first day. It was heavy metal on the second day there.
Yes.
The third day was basically a main commercial rock, like Joe Walsh and Stevie Nicks on that day. I guess Stevie Nicks was one of the headliners on at that time there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Solo
Van
artist.
Van Halen was probably the most paid band ever to play that festival. I forgot how much it was they were paid for per minute for their performance, but man, oh man, did they walk
And
out of there with tons of
Quiet
money.
Riot, right? Or
Yes,
no?
they played there just as well. On the Heavy Metal Day, I remember recording it on the radio there, as well as Motley Crue's set. See, all the radio stations
Yes.
were doing the little thing after the festival. They were replaying all the recorded acts from that festival all together. All, and I was able to, and at that time I was really getting into the heavy metal scene there, like Accept, Iron Maiden,
Right.
Motley
Right.
Crue. So I recorded Motley Crue's set from that show there, and it's like, wow, I like this. It's pretty damn good there.
But Judas Priest had the best.
Absolutely, there. They got a
Classic.
phenomenal,
Classic.
yes, a phenomenal set there, just as well there.
They had Metal Gods on there. They were playing Metal Gods.
Yep.
They played
Victim of
Diamonds and
Changes,
Rust.
Damage the Rust
Freeman
with it.
Leshy.
Absolutely.
Yes. Victim of Changes.
Yes.
And obviously, like, I think they did
Heading out to the highway. Yep.
Yeah. Good little 9 or 10 song set list, something like that.
Yeah.
8 songs, something like
Yeah.
that.
That's right.
Keith, are you ready for the Islanders
Mm.
games?
We cannot forget.
Yes, I am. I am.
Now,
Okay.
Keith? Were you around when Live Aid was going on back in
Oh, it's
July?
another
No.
one.
Mm,
Yeah,
what-
who were the
Wait.
Keith? Look up the people on Live Aid.
Okay, what year was that?
It was 1985, July of that year. It was
Oh, that was
it was the end world of.
that was the year I was born.
Oh wow.
Well, you weren't there
Keith,
then.
Keith, please close your
Unless
door.
your
You're doing a
parents went.
professional show right now, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the heck?
Professional fucking.
I was
podcast.
gonna to do something, but it's not
Yeah.
time yet.
Yeah,
Okay,
three
live-
main reunions that took place at that event. Black Sabbath with Ozzy Osbourne, which I saw and enjoyed the hell out of. The Who got back together after breaking up in a couple years earlier than that. But of course, the big one, Led Zeppelin, with 2 drummers, Phil Collins and Tony Thompson of the Power Station and Chic.
All right, I got the lineup.
Good.
Queen, Elton John, The Who, Status Quo, Madonna, Phil Collins, Eric Clapton, Duran, Brian Davis, Bob Geldof, David Bowie, Elvis Costello, Freddie Mercury,
And Queen.
Adam Ant, Sting.
It was
The
Freddie
Beach
Mercury
Boys.
solo.
No, it was with
Yeah.
his band. No, it was with his boy, with Queen there, and that was considered
No,
one
but
of the.
they have Queen, and then they have Freddie Mercury.
There was so many messages because there was no mention of Freddie Mercury solo. It was with Queen, definitely, and that was considered the highlight of their careers. That Live Aid performance in Wembley Stadium. Remember, this event took place
Yeah.
in 2 areas: Philadelphia and in England. There,
Yep.
I don't know the
Adam
name.
Ant,
And Amanda Ant, that's right. So we're all
Sting.
combining all the acts from both venues into one here.
the Beach Boys, Sadie, Bob Dylan.
Sade,
Oh, Sade,
yes.
Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, Santana, Mick Jagger, Bono, Midge,
Bono or
Uri,
U2 was on there.
Bono,
Bono.
Bono.
U2. Bono and
Yep.
U2.
Oh yeah, Midge, Yuri,
Midge Ure,
Robert Plant.
Robert Plant, and with a Robert Plant with Led Zeppelin. Page, John
Oh,
Paul
okay.
Jones, and as I mentioned, the two drummers filling in for one.
All right.
That was what considered one of the highlights of the Philadelphia show there. Queen was the main highlights in the UK show there, which was done at Wembley Stadium.
Okay.
And one of the worst acts was apparently Bob Dylan with two members of the Stones, Ron Wood and Keith Richards. It was apparently unrehearsed and not that good there, according to many critics there. And of course,
Wow.
years on about 20, I guess 20 years later, we would have Live Aid 8. I guess what the idea was that performance was to end world hunger, end world poverty, and one of the basically for me the highlight of that festival was Pink Floyd reuniting with
Ooh.
Roger Waters.
Ooh. What year was this, Brown? What year was this?
2005.
Mm.
Yes.
That
Dang.
I was smoking a lot of weed in 2005.
Hmm. And it would be the last we would see Richard Wright perform with the band because he would pass away about 3 years later from cancer. And it will probably be the last, won't be one of two performances where Waters and Gilmour will share the stage once again after how many years since the performances of The Wall in 1980-81. All right.
Is,
Okay.
Yeah.
Arknolia?
Arknolia,
I'm
they're
still
good.
here.
All right,
Go
they're
ahead.
good.
Keith,
I
can
was
you
going
look
to
up any
mention.
lists? Go
Well,
ahead.
I was going to mention one that was held actually here in Texas
Oh yeah.
in
That's-
1969. Held pretty close to Dallas, Fort Worth,
Oh yeah. I think you
in a
mentioned about
town by the
this.
name of Louisville. Yeah,
Wow.
because some of the acts that were in this band uh, made this almost as big a deal as Woodstock, but it didn't get the press.
Oh
What
wow.
what was the name of the festival?
Well, I'm going to look that up again.
All right.
The Texas Jam?
Hmm.
There's one
No,
called
it was.
Texas Jam, but
I think it's the Texas International Pop Festival.
Oh wow.
It had on the first day Grand Funk, Canned Heat, Chicago Transit Authority,
Hmm.
James Cotton Blues Band, Janis Joplin, B.B. King, Herbie Mann, Rotary Connection, Sam and Dave. Second day it had, pretty much some of the same people. Grand Funk, Chicago Transit Authority,
Oh wow.
James Cotton Blues Band, Delaney and Bonnie and Friends,
Hmm.
The Incredible String Band, B.B. King, Led Zeppelin,
Oh wow. Nice.
Herbie Mann, Sam and Dave, Santana.
Oh.
On the third day, Grand Funk, Johnny Winter, Delaney, Bonnie and
Ooh.
Friends,
Oh wow.
B.B. King, Naz,
With Todd Rundgren.
right, Sly and the Family Stone, Spirit, Sweetwater, 10 years after Tony Joe White.
Wow. Interesting there.
This actually had as big a list of stars as Woodstock.
Yeah. Nice.
Some of the bigger ones that Woodstock didn't have, like Grand Funk.
Yeah. Flint, Michigan's own.
But yeah, it's the Texas International Pop Festival.
Nice. Cool.
they only had one. It was only 1 year
Yeah,
on that
Wow.
one. Wow.
And that was it, I guess it was.
yep, which was a shame. But that was in 1969.
Yeah. No, the one festival I remember going to was in this Phoenix Amphitheater in Pontiac, Michigan. It was in '96 there. Had a lot of interesting bands. They had the Misfits with their new singer at that time, Orange 9mm. They also had Cannibal Corpse. They had Anthrax playing there. And also the band Clutch. They were like the closing act there. It was a pretty damn good thing. A good thing there. I was glad I was able to make it there. And interesting, I got to tell this story during Anthrax. It said apparently some neo-Nazi faggots out there tried to beat up some guy who was wearing goth makeup up there during Anthrax. It said, and I guess the singer John Bush, like, what the fuck you motherfuckers doing here?
Dang, really?
Yes, it was.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Always got to be some asshole trying to start shit and ruin it for everybody. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Then I got an Altamont list.
Oh my gosh, that was one of the
Mm.
that show that festival was considered for longest of time a dirty word in the rock promoters' history books.
Well, that's a lot of reasons the other festivals stopped doing what they were doing because of this one.
Yeah,
Okay, on that show was Santana, Jefferson Airplane, Flying Burrito Brothers, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and why did my list go?
the Grateful Dead,
Diff-
Jefferson Airplane were one of them.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah, they were the headliners there. And I don't know whose idea was it to hire the Hells Angels as security, but whoever made that fucked up big time because because they're not a real professional security team. They're
No.
brawlers. They're brawlers. And apparently during the Stone set, there was a lot of fights between the Hells Angels and a lot of the people in the crowd. And eventually, one guy got stabbed to death there by one of the Hells Angels there. And it's
Yeah.
just and that definitely killed the '60s bad. And it was the last year of the '60s. I guess it was in '69. I guess there was a movie documenting all that called "Gimme Shelter." The Grateful Dead was supposed to play there, but after learning what happened with the Jefferson Airplane's Marty Ballin, he got kicked in the ass by the Hells Angels there. And apparently, there was a confrontation on stage. Paul Kantner was questioning one of the guys, one of the bikers there. He said, your guys hit our singer there," and the Hell's Angel was like, blah blah blah, blah, and that, hey, you don't define me, this and that there, it was just utter chaos. It was. Let me put it this way: it was chaos in the worst way possible. You know. But then again, that was also kind of tamed to what happened in Woodstock '99.
Right.
That
well,
was
a lot of things changed because of that.
Right, yeah. What the last day of the last night of that festival was atrocious alone. Everything was overpriced, from water to drinks to food and that. Most of the bands at that time were these new metal acts. A song about rage, talking about expressing angst and anger there. And it was during the Chili Peppers set when people started tearing shit up and setting it on fire for some reason. The singer from the Chili Peppers, Auntie Kiedis, is like, holy shit, it looks like Apocalypse Now from up here.
Oh, go ahead.
There was how many rapes occurred during that year there, and during that festival is just as well there.
We forgot to mention on that Us Festival, Ozzy Osbourne solo.
That's right, yeah, he did. That's where he debuted his new guitarist at the time, Jake E. Lee. And at that time, he had just was starting to grow his hair back after shaving it all off months before. Yeah, I never knew that, YR. Ozzy shaved his head.
I think I saw a couple clips of that, yeah.
Yeah,
And then he ended up bleaching it and
Yeah.
all that. So.
Yeah, he had to. I guess what it was, it was, he was angry at his record company because, for some oddball reason there. But you know how record companies are. They often drive you up the wall there with what they want to do there. And at that time, the bleaches and gels that he was using, it was turning his hair into straw. So he said, fuck it, I'm going to shave it all off and regrow it back again. Only to die and bleach it again.
Does Bulldog, does the Facts
Bulldog?
Channel want to come on the program?
Bulldog? Who's a bulldog?
Bulldog, who is the Facts Channel, okay?
Oh wow.
He's 75
He
years
said he
old.
wanted to call in.
Okay, let's
He's the oldest person in this community.
let's
Yeah.
let him on this show. Let's
Very
let him.
wise.
Okay, definitely.
Barely,
I'll
because
call
I'm
him.
71.
Hmm.
How old is he?
I don't know who's older, Bulldog or Arknolia.
Well, they're both.
But-
I guess it's kind of equally because they're in this. They're about 5 years apart. You know.
Yep.
Let me add him. Or are you adding him in, Keith? You
Yes,
adding him in?
definitely. Definitely there.
If I can find the damn thing, I'm looking for the California
Thank you, Keith,
Jam.
brother.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, we got to
Oh,
talk
shit.
about what Richie Blackmore did there during that festival there. Oh man,
That whole concert was good, though.
yeah, it was. Emerson Lake and Palmer was there. Black Sabbath was there. And Richie
Black
Blackmore.
Oak, Arkansas.
Yeah, absolutely there with Tommy Aldridge on drums, one of the best powerhouse drummers they had, still is today. And the story is, Richie Blackmore, he talk about tearing shit up. He destroyed 3 Stratocasters, blew up 1 amp. And he almost attacked a cameraman one time there. There was one cameraman filming it, and Blackmore was just like banging his guitar right on the camera lens there, and he almost got
Yeah, I
arrested
think I
for
was
that.
during space trucking, but I don't know that for sure.
It was it was there during the last moment of the performance there, and I guess he wanted to go out with a bang, and they certainly did, literally. Excuse me.
Arnola's looking at the California Jam right now.
Okay, good.
Whoa, I think I found it.
All right, good, nice. As I
The
mentioned,
Facts Channel said unavailable.
oh crap. So Bax, if you're out there, we're trying to add you to the call there.
I guess we
Okay.
should have tried to add him before he said he had to leave.
Oh wow. What did you just say? You had to leave now?
Yeah.
Oh crap! You didn't tell us that before.
Well, it's like the Bulldog Channel says, oh, I have to leave. And then YR said,
Come on.
all right.
Go ahead, Keith. Sorry.
And then YR said, oh, we should add him to the call right after he said he has to leave.
Oh man, I wasn't knowing about that, man.
It's in YR's chat.
All right there.
Okay, the California Jam performer list, it's actually not that long, and it's kind of weird because the big ones are the last 4, but it started with Rare Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I think Bulldog's here right now if you want to get on cam, Bulldog, brother.
Earth,
Oh,
Wind,
wow.
and Fire.
All right.
The Eagles.
All right.
Ooh.
I didn't even know they were there.
Yeah, they were there. That was
Very
looking up-
nice.
Yes, Black Sabbath, as you mentioned.
Seals and Croft.
Yep.
What's up, dude?
Black Oak, Arkansas.
Facts Channel is
Black-
Bulldog is here. Hello, Bulldog. You there, dude?
Black Sabbath.
That's
Deep
right.
Purple.
Deep Purple.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
That's right.
And I remember that Emerson, Lake and Palmer, that was where they did the flying piano bit.
Yes.
And they closed with Carnival 9 and the computer exploding.
Wow. Was that did that just happen out of the blue, or was it just boom?
Oh.
Out of the
No,
blue?
that was part of the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Facts Channel, Bulldog?
Hello there.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Hey, Dan, Bulldog.
But I remember back in the day that the last 4 performers,
James
Black
Dean.
Oak, Arkansas, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer,
All right.
those were played on what was at that time an in-concert series. They used to play it on late night Fridays and Saturdays
All right.
back in that day in the 70s.
Okay there.
And that's where I saw them, and that's where I was really impressed. because it was a phenomenal show.
All right.
Black Oak,
Santa
Arkansas was
Claus.
actually good.
Santa Claus, ladies and gentlemen. Hello,
Yeah, I
Santa.
see that. I see, man.
Black Oak, Arkansas is actually an interesting band. They were good live.
Yeah, I heard. I mean, I guess Jim Danny's the only original member. When I guess if I remember.
Well, yeah, that was his stage name, Jim Dandy.
Yeah.
Or it might have been his real name. Heck, I don't know.
I'm not too sure, but
But,
this man would serve an inspiration to David Lee Roth when you think about it there.
Oh man, yeah.
The only
They
difference,
had
the only
Jeff-
difference was, Roth didn't play a washboard.
Yeah, and they did have the twin leads also.
That's right.
Bulldog, did you go to any Woodstock or any music festivals in your life?
Cool.
Is he
And he
muted?
says silently.
I know. I see.
Yeah.
I think I see him there, but
He's not muted.
I know. Yeah, I noticed as well there. Bulldog, get there, dude.
I know, I'm here.
There you are, man. There you are. Welcome to the show, dude.
Tip of the cap to you, brother.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Well, you replaced me as the oldest guy.
No, he's 52.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay. I'm still the oldest guy.
I'm a couple years older than him. I'm 55 there.
We have the shows with the oldest, 75-year-old men on the show. You know what I'm saying? We
Where?
have the oldest men here on this program in the community. We really
Guess
do.
who?
We're past the 50s, 50 and up. Everyone else is 45. All the other shows.
Yeah.
I say
Well,
most people are like 36 or 35 in this
No,
Well, I
group.
everyone's
guess-
45, Keith. Come on.
Well, I guess I'm the oldest one on the show still. That's oldest.
I thought Gold was old.
Pardon me, brother?
Hmm?
Say what?
What?
I mean, Facts Channel, what'd you say?
I thought Dave Rhodes was older.
No, he's in. I think
No,
he's in his 40s.
He's 41, I think, or 42. I think he's 41.
May have been, I believe so. One of those ranges there.
Yeah.
Keith, go ahead. You have the list, Keith?
I have a list for Woodstock 99.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not there yet. We're
not
there
yet.
yet.
There. I think we're
All right.
still in the 90s there.
Well, I was trying to think of some other festivals that occurred in the 70s and 80s and 90s, but
Well, I can name a few in the 90s there. There was Lilith Fair organized by Sarah McLachlan. She did that because she noticed there was a lack of female artists at the various Lollapaloozas there.
I heard of that. It was like a women's
Yes,
targeted
women.
type.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
women's targeted type of festival. Women singers, women songwriters.
that was probably pretty entertaining because there have been some really good ones.
Sheryl Crow, McLachlan herself, and many others there that were female at that time. Because at that time, female artists
Well, they were
was the
female
big.
all the time, but
Yeah, absolutely. They were big in the 90s there. But then again, also Ozfest came around just as well. I think the first one was in 1996.
That's when it was 96? Okay, I was going to ask.
96, yeah. The following year, the Ozfest, really broke big when they had in Black Sabbath reuniting. It was Bill Ward. He was not part of it. Apparently, they didn't ask him to participate in this
Wow.
particular.
Dirt.
There you are, dude. I see ya. Apparently, Bill Ward, as I mentioned, was not asked because remember, he did a solo tour where he played the IROC nightclub, which I got a picture with him prior to him to arriving in and going inside there. Yay! And of course, they would eventually reconcile, and they would start doing some reunion shows for almost every Ozfest, year after year after year. And the last Ozfest I remember was in 2007, when it was for free. Me and an old coworker at the restaurant I was working at that time, he invited me to go with him that day. I said, sure, I will. Let's do this. So we went there. Lamb of God was there. Ozzy was there. Many others. Static X was there. It was a pretty good show there. Very good show. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see all of Ozzy because my coworker and myself, we had to leave because we had the same shift, which we had to start in the morning there. So, and plus at that time we wanted to avoid traffic. That was always one of the main things when it came to concerts and festivals and all that there, because God knows how many times we had to wait in long lines of traffic there. God damn, what the fuck? That always bothered me. All right.
Wait, you had to wait in long lines for what?
In the traffic, to get back home.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had that too. Like every time you leave a concert, you have to wait in a long line
But
to get back home.
one time, me and some buddies of mine, we went and saw Black Sabbath in a Cobo Arena in 1983 when they had Ian Gillan as their front man. They wanted to leave early. I wanted to stay, but one of the big reasons why they wanted to leave is because, the issue was the traffic. Who the hell wants to be in a long lineup of cars piling up, one bumper to bumper, bumper to bumper, and it's even worse. We have to piss like a racehorse.
Yeah, well, I mean, you should have took a piss before you got to the car.
We did, but at the same time, the bathrooms were always packed with people there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a couple of times during the shows, I had to wait long lines up there even get inside the pisser to take a leak there.
Yep.
God forbid if you had to take a shit. People actually had to resort to pissing in the sinks, believe it or not.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was the thing back then. When you had to go, you had to go bad. You had to whip out your pecker and put it in the sink and wash your hands afterwards and clean out the sink.
Right.
I'm having the time of my life.
Oh, God.
So on the next episode, are we going to dive more into the? I really want to dive more into the. We'd already kind of did the Us Festival, but
Yeah.
definitely like the '90s stuff and more of the Ozfest stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We should definitely look at that there.
I'm thinking that there's got to. There was another one in the '80s. I think it was Live Aid. That was the big one.
Yeah, that was
Wasn't it?
that was a big one. That's when he almost had every act you could think of playing there. As I mentioned,
What was the point? What was the point of Live Aid?
to feed,
Was it
raise,
to raise money for something?
yeah, it was to feed Ethiopia, feed parts of Africa
okay.
that was affected by massive famine.
Oh, okay.
That was the original purpose of the Band Aid single, "Do They Know It's Christmas," the year before.
All right.
And that song still gets played on the radio today there. Now, I don't know if the royalties of that song still go to the same purpose, but that was one of the things. And soon afterwards, every genre of music started following on that bandwagon. They had Northern Lights featuring all Canadian artists. We had Hearing Aid, which is made up of all heavy metal artists like Clean Quiet Riot, Judas Priest, Ronnie James Dio. He was the one behind it there.
Wait,
Yeah.
Priest was that on Hearing Aid too and Us Festival?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Let me look that up. I thought they were just
They were-
only
they
on
were-
Us Festival. Let me look.
They were also on Live Aid just as well there. Same year, 1985. Hearing Aid was just a song they did called "Stars," written by Ronnie
you're
James
right.
Dio. Yes.
Wasp.
Yep. Wasp. And of course, there was a companion album to go along with it, featuring various artists here, here and there. And we
Keith,
also
is there any more festivals in the '80s that we missed? Keith, can you look up? Quick
There's a
rundown.
ton of them,
Let me look
actually.
it
but
up.
There was this one I forgot I should mention that I don't know. Well, it should be brought up. I remember hearing about this on MTV News when the MTV was the main thing at that time. It was a thing that it was going to be called Super Concert One. And apparently, what it was is that it was supposed to feature Culture Club and Duran Duran as co-headliners. It was billed as one of the biggest tours for all the teeny boppers at that time to check out. But apparently, one of the groups there about pulled out of this, and the whole thing, just collapsed because apparently the checks that the promoters were shooing out were bouncing. So there was a lot of issues with that, though. That whole thing, shing-ding there. I guess it was also supposed to be broadcast on selected TV stations, and networks as well there. Which is, it would have been interesting. It was billed as this big, massive concert, but sadly, it just, you know, sometimes a lot of festivals don't really get off the ground there.
Yeah, speaking of that, while I was looking for something else, I found one called Texas Jam that I was like, what? And I looked it up. And in 1978, they had Bob Welch, Little River Band, Steve Miller, Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, wow.
Pretty decent concert.
What time?
Where was that held at? Wasn't it like Austin or something? Or
No, Dallas.
It was, wasn't it? Was it Cotton
That
Bowl?
was the second one. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The first one actually they had Blackstone. Never heard of them.
Never heard of me either.
Walter Egan.
Oh, I've heard of him. I only know that one song he had called Magnet and Steel there.
Yeah. Van Halen, little band you guys have heard of.
Oh, yeah. This must have been 78, I believe, there.
Yeah, Eddie Money.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta Rhythm Section.
Yeah.
Head East.
Oh, yeah.
Journey. Heart. Ted Nugent. Aerosmith. Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush.
Wow.
And Cheech and Chong.
Oh, wow. Nice.
That's a pretty big show.
Now, there was also California Jam #2, which featured Nugent, Hart, Aerosmith, many others there.
Oh, my God.
That was in 1979 as well.
What was all? See, like, that would be interesting, like, Hart. What all festivals they were at. They were big, like, if you just list the bands, I wonder, because, I mean, that really blows my mind, the whole, what we were talking about earlier, the Grateful Dead stuff. Like, I wonder how many I figured they would do a bunch of festivals. Grateful Dead, like that type of jam band, just festival type band, you know.
Be right back.
Well,
They were made for festivals.
Yeah, that's true. There. Speaking of which, there was also the Horde Festival, HORDE, meaning Horizons of Rock Developing Everywhere. And it was mostly jam bands like Blues Travelers, Spin Doctors, and other groups of that genre. Big Head Todd and the Monsters, all those groups from the 90s there. Something appealed.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go
I
ahead.
have the list.
What?
The Texas Jam continued.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
I have the list of all the festivals in the 80s.
All right.
Woodstock, Rio Fest,
Wait a minute. There was. Hold on.
Rio Fest. We missed one. See?
I mean Riot Fest.
Oh yeah. And you said the 80s. I don't. Alma was in 19.
What's Riot Fest?
I think it's I think it's a name where they have a lot of heavy metal acts there. I think the Misfits reunited with Glenn Danzig. I think that took place in Chicago about a year or two ago.
Altamont Free Concert, Toronto Rock and Roll Revival, Stonehenge Free Festival, Deeply Veiled Festivals, Schaffner Music Festival, Man Pop Festival, Powder Ridge Rock Festival, Newport Pop Festival, Atlantic City Pop Festival, Laurel Pop Festival, New Orleans Pop Festival, Texas International Pop Festival, Sky River Rock Festival. That's it.
Right. And those are from the 80s there?
Yes.
Like, well, Alma was in 69.
With Texas Music Festival, Cotton Bowl, held another one in 1979, June the 9th.
Ah.
Ticket prices, general admission were $15.
Yeah,
For that,
wow.
you got to see TKO, Sammy Hagar, Nazareth, Van Halen, Boston, Heart, Blue Oyster Cult.
Wow. All right.
Not bad. Then they held another one the same year in August. And that one had Rush, Foghat, Pat Travers, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Billy Thorpe, Little River Band, Point Blank. That's some damn good acts.
Excuse me there. Interesting there. Billy Thorpe, I haven't heard that name in God knows how long there.
I know. Children of the Sun.
Yep, and 20,
Love that song.
Yeah, and plus the album a couple years afterwards called 21st Century Man. I guess it was a concept album.
Yeah, and by the way, if you guys have never heard that, you need to hear Children of the Sun.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, man.
They did another one in 1980.
Yep, that's right. 20th Century Man. Oh, I'm talking about the rest of them. My bad. I got distracted with
This
Billy
one
Thorpe.
had the Eagles, Cheap Trick, Foreigner, April Wine, Sammy Hagar, Christopher Cross.
And this would be one of the last performances of the Eagles. They would break up before the end of the year.
Yeah. And let's see, in 81, they had featured REO Speedwagon, Heart, Blue Oyster Cult, Foghat, The Rockets.
Ah. That's a name we haven't heard in ages. The Rockets from Detroit.
They had some good lineups.
Yeah, they had. They had some good songs on the radio. Their version of Wall Well, the Fleetwood Mac cover, Turn Up the Radio, Rolling by the Wrecking Machine. The song Desire, still a favorite.
In 82, they had one featured Journey, Santana, Sammy Hagar, Joan Jett, Point Blank.
Right. Interesting. Remember hearing that name in a long time. I remember you mentioned that to me, Point Blank there. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Their big hit was a song called Nicole.
Yes, I remember that.
And let's see, 82.
Yeah.
We had 3 acts. Well, 4. Leroy, whoever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy Osbourne, Loverboy, Foreigner.
Yeah.
Ooh, love. Do y'all like Foreigner?
Well,
yeah.
The early Foreigner.
I heard
83
one
is a
song.
good one.
I heard one song from Foreigner. It wasn't that bad.
Let me guess. Cold as Ice. Feels like the
I don't
first
know.
time. What do you
Double
mean?
Vision.
Head Games. Dirty
I
White
don't know.
Boy.
I love that
Dirty
one.
White Boy. Waiting for a Girl Like
Long,
You.
long way from home.
Yeah.
I
want to
don't
know.
know.
I want to know what love is.
That's probably the one.
Oh
God.
yeah,
Oh, obviously.
maybe. I don't know. It was like a kind of like a rock song a little bit.
Oh, okay. There.
Well, wasn't that one then?
Okay.
Jukebox Hero.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's probably the biggest one.
Woman in Black. From the 4th album. Love on the Telephone. The Damage is Done. At War with the World.
Yeah, you can sit here and name a lot of songs by Foreigner that are pretty good.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of some other group.
Ah.
I don't know.
Okay, in 83, this Thing featured Styx, Sammy Hagar, Triumph,
Damn.
Ted Nugent, Uriah Heep.
Oh, that's one of Brown's favorite bands, right?
One of them, yeah. It was.
I think they came out with a new album, by
Really?
the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we
Either
don't
that
hear
or
it
a
on.
tour and something
Yeah,
like
but
that. I
it's
think a new
only Mick.
album or
But
something.
it's only Mick Box and a whole bunch of new guys there. He's the only
Yeah,
one.
but
There's the one remaining.
yeah.
Mick Box, a guitar player and co-songwriter.
Foreigner has 40 hits.
Mm.
In 84, this group of concerts featured Rush, 38 Special, Ozzy Osbourne, Bryan Adams, Gary Moore.
Wow.
Well, I tell you what, living in the area and I miss these, I could kick myself.
Yeah.
You found.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
you must have found your list, or
Right.
Well, yeah, I got it back up. Had to
Alright.
reboot the entire computer.
see, that's what I'm
Alright.
saying. Like, Sammy. It sounds like Sammy Hagar was in a lot of festivals in the early '80s with solo
Yeah.
career, and obviously, when was he in? When was he in Montrose, Dr. Brown?
Yes, he
What
was.
years?
You know, I think it was in the
Yeah,
early
early
70s.
80s, I think.
No, early 70s.
What
Oh, yeah,
'70s
that's
from
right.
Montrose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he had a solo career for quite a while.
Yes.
Then he
before-
joined Van Halen. What, 1985 or
Yeah.
'86?
85. Yes.
All right.
It was at the.
Oh, 85.
Yeah, 85.
This man, I wished I'd known about these. This one had Deep Purple, Scorpions, Night Ranger, Ted Nugent, Bon Jovi, Grim Reaper, Victory.
What year was that one?
85.
I wonder if did they have Michael Shankner in the group at the time with Scorpions, Brown,
Hmm.
at 85 or no?
85. I know the Scorpions were still functioning. I think Michael Shaker and his band was still functioning just
Oh,
as
so
well
he
there.
wasn't in. What year did Michael Shankner lead the Scorpions in?
No, he left the Scorpion. Well, he started out with the Scorpions, but he was invited to join UFO. They recorded many records
Right.
together until he leaves. He
Right.
rejoins the Scorpions for a while there on an album called, I guess it was a Love Drive. And then he decided to leave there again and decided to put together his own band, the Michael Schenker Group.
I'd have probably gone to see most of these shows if I'd known about them.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever
In
seen the Scorpions?
86,
Hmm?
No.
No, I never
I never
did
saw the
either.
Scorpions live. Oh,
No.
okay.
No.
we'll do a little sidebar on the concert bit here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Get some questions on that.
All right.
86, Van Halen, Dio, Loverboy, Crocus, Keel, Bachman Turner Overdrive. And a little note here says Leslie West joined BTO on stage to do Mississippi Queen.
Nice.
What was the name of that?
This is a Dallas, Texas jam thing they did every year for a long time.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
And there's
I
another
lived
one.
here, and I never went to any of these.
There's another
And
one. I
I
bet it
would
was
have.
dirt cheap too. I bet it was fucking like $10 or something. I mean, I wonder how much it was to go to festivals in the '70s and '80s. You know,
Well, this
20
one
bucks?
that the next one I got here has a general admission price of $20.25. And this one had Boston, Aerosmith, Whitesnake,
Shit.
Poison, Tesla, Fahrenheit.
Oh. Did we cover Monsters of Rock yet?
No, not yet. I'm glad
that
you
one?
brought that.
Fixing to,
Yeah,
Oh,
we
good,
got.
good, good, good.
because the
All right.
1988 one is called Monsters of Rock for some reason.
Go.
Yeah, they changed it to download since that there.
Dawkins was in that. Who was in that one?
Well, a lot of bands
Well,
like
this
Dokken.
one has Van Halen, Scorpions, Dokken, Metallica, Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So it must have been in the later 80s, I guess.
Yeah, this one was 1988.
Yeah,
General admission, $25.
yeah. This was the concert tour, the big con, named after the Monsters of Rock Festival over the UK almost every year.
Yeah. But that was the last one they did here in Dallas.
Yeah.
Man, I've lived in this area since about 1982, 81. Well, technically since 78.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. 76. And I could have gone to every one of these since 1976,
Yeah.
which was over 10 of them, and I didn't even know they were going on.
Wow.
I don't know how in the world I missed them.
All right. All right there. So I think we probably should close the show off for now and definitely continue this on Thursday there.
Okay, another thing I would like to put, a question I'd like to put to the group is I just watched, I watch other shows, obviously, a show where these people were talking about various concert experiences, and they did the first concert, last concert, the one they enjoyed the most surprising one, and the ones they've seen, the acts they've seen the most. I thought we could do something similar to that.
All right.
That'd be nice.
That'll be sound. We could do that definitely this coming Thursday. That's for sure there.
Yeah.
We could add it to Thursday. I'll send a little list to Earl and he can pass it on.
Okay, definitely. All right there. I think it's the time we end the show here because we got some stuff to do here. You know, as always there.
Okay.
And we'll definitely continue this this coming Thursday. Same bat time, same bat station there. And want to thank Bulldog. We want to thank you for being on the show with us, man. Thanks for hanging out with us here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, there. Definitely join in next time if you're available on this coming Thursday when we go back on the air there.
I'll be here.
Okay, there. All right. All right. So for Arknolia and myself, for YR, for Keith, and for Bulldog, this is episode 82 of our Music Memories, Music Maniacs series there.
Wire.
Yeah.
No link of yet for.
Oh, shit. No hard feelings?
No hard feelings.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
All right.
So it's going to be.
I'll hit up Cam behind the scenes and see what's up with that.
So is it going to be a Patreon
Good
or
people.
live on YouTube? This one.
We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know.
All right, there. And like I said, we will continue our discussion this coming Thursday